Ahoy, mateys. Welcome aboard. Wow. It's been quite a few days. Rob, good to see you. Glad you're here. I saw something about what did one duck say to the other? I can see your duck quack. No, your butt quack. I don't know. It was a dumb joke. Hey, there's Tina. Welcome aboard. I just saw you. Thanks for coming. It's good to have you. Um, yeah, I wish I'd have known about the camping before I signed up for the job in Allendale today, which I worked it and I'm tired, but it was good to kind of get into the physical part again. Plus, I made renewed contacts, which is a good thing, and it's working out the way it's supposed to. And so then after this live tonight, I will probably go to sleep early, have something to eat. I'm at my sister's house, but anyways, we've got so stupid much food. Gotta eat. You gotta eat it. I was gonna mow the lawn for a while, but I was just too pooped out. But at least if I'd have been out mowing the lawn, I would not have known about the live stream that you're at. So Jimmy's live stream. So it all works out. Mark is here. Welcome aboard. And Grand Marais. Nancy Drew. Hello, hello. People are wandering in. I love it. I love it. I love it. You didn't know about it until yesterday. Huh? See, I knew about it. I was early yesterday. And I knew you were going to it because uh, what is it? Camp tires and dirty fires. No wait. Anyways, he sent me a text inviting me, but it was already too late. I was bummed. There'll be more times. Who am I missing here? Oh, no, everybody's saying hi to everybody. Okay, let's see. Introduce you. Olaf. Olaf. Say hi. Olaf. Say hi. Wake up and say hi. Oh, okay. See, even the cat's lazy. Let me unplug this a minute from the charger. It's Sonia. Oh, Sonia's doing a gig tonight at the campgrounds. Awesome. I am sharing the space here. I don't know where Jet went to. Jet, where are you? This is Keisha. Yes, she's takes up a lot of room. She's one big dog. She's a Great Pyrenees. All right, Jet. Jet, Jet, where are you? He better not have gotten outside. I will be bummed if he did. There's my piano finally set up after 3-4 years. Say hi, Jet. Say hi. So here's a view out the window. There's the deck that I built. That's just part of it. It's a huge deck. It's like 20 feet by 10. And then there's a wrap around at the other end of the house. It's held up pretty good. I see a little bit of rot on this end. But I built that, gosh, I think it's been 24 years that I built that. It's holding up good. So we're here, and it's warmed up today. It was kind of chilly this morning, but this is in Jenison, Michigan. My sister with her late husband. Lots of racing pictures. There's little, I forget how many pounds that Bichon per se weighed. It was the second largest Bichon in the United States. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah. So I've been camping out here with my sister. Well, camping out. Been staying here at my sister's. It's been pleasant. Kind of different. She's been happy. She is over visiting my nephew, her son, at the moment. There's a clock that I need to. It's an hour behind. It's many hours behind. It hasn't been wound up probably since I hung it up there for about 4 years ago. One of my collection of clocks. Ray is here. Welcome aboard. What am I missing here? Jim Foster, welcome aboard. There's Kobe. Welcome aboard. The rest of the day, wear on your head. You know, Rob, I still can't get over how you were able to guess where I was last weekend when I was in Belleville, Ohio. For those of you who maybe weren't here last weekend, I showed a picture of a steam locomotive, and I made it a guessing game that I thought for sure that Tina would win because it was in the town of Belleville, Ohio. And there was a train, and she knows there's trains in Belleville, Michigan. I just thought maybe she might put two and two together, but no. Rob, from clear over in the United Kingdom, got it right off the bat. Come to find out, he knows his steam engines, even the ones that are just for display. They don't run. Trains and trains. Wow. Do you know that guy up in Michigan? I think he's in the, I want to say, Upper Peninsula. He's always filming trains. I wish I could remember his name. It's very entertaining because I like trains too. I'm obviously not as much into trains as you are, but I do enjoy videos of train stuff and visiting trains. I was once a Gandy dancer myself. I worked for the Chessie system here in Michigan. Actually, I worked with the Chessie system from here in the Grand Rapids area over to Detroit, Plymouth yards, and then we were supposed to get laid off in the wintertime because it's pretty hard to lay rail in the wintertime around here, but we learned that the southern region needed our help. Well, we weren't told the whole story. Anyways, we went to Kentucky and West Virginia in December, January, and we laid rail. Sometimes we laid rail in the snow. But the worst part of it was the Southern rail gang wasn't there to help us. We weren't there to help them necessarily. They knew better than to be out there on the tracks working because it was a coal miners' strike. But us dumb Yankees, we didn't know any better. We're out there working, and we had to be out there working under armed guards because the coal miners back in the 70s didn't take kindly to somebody working on the rails to keep the trains moving that would haul the coal. They wanted that stopped till they got whatever they wanted in concessions during their strike, or, to end their strike. Yeah, it was violent. People were killed. And we just barely made it through it. There is Janice, a true blue Aussie, as they say. Welcome aboard, Janice. I am at my sister's house in Jenison, Michigan, also known as Georgetown, Michigan. It's not far from where I grew up. This is kind of part of my old stomping grounds when I was growing up. I grew up about 4 miles from here in Hudsonville. No, not neither one of those guys, Rob. The name starts with an A, like Antrim County Trains or something to that effect. And I do have a little bit of sniffles still. There's some allergies going on here. Olaf. Silly cat. Scared the heck out of me. So, yeah, I've been spoiled. I haven't slept in the van now in 3 days. I did stay out at Kyle's. Let's see, it's been just over a week. Stayed at Kyle's. Did one night of work there, and then I headed for Ohio. Hey, quit it. There's no sense in what are you barking at? Oh, for crying out loud. I have to see Keisha. Oh. Hello? Oh. Hello. You know, people have a right to walk down the road. You don't own the damn road. You don't. It's a neighborhood. There's going to be people walking around. They don't listen to me. That might be the dog, yeah. Actually, you wouldn't believe it, Janice. I'm actually wearing pants. See? I would have changed into shorts. In fact, I got a brand new pair of shorts. I fell asleep when I got here a couple hours ago. You think the dogs are barking. Keisha, that's enough. Thank heavens for small mercies. Actually, they're kind of one size too big for me, Janice. I have to wear a belt to keep them up. But I worked today in Allendale. This is kind of like old times. I actually thought about doing this live stream from Allendale, but I was so tired. And I was hungry, so I came home. Holly made casserole yesterday. Yeah, stopped and seen Holly yesterday and brought home casserole that she made. Oh my goodness, is it good? So, yeah, I had casserole last night. I had casserole today when I came home. My sister's got casserole when she gets here. And she took some casserole to my nephew's house. Yeah, we're about casseroled out. No, I actually did buy a real pair of manufactured shorts. I just I was walking through the Myers store here in Granville, which is just down the street, and I said, "Hey, there's a pair of shorts that really look good. They're short, which I like, but they were cargo, so they had a million pockets. Might come in handy, when I'm doing work on the bus or on the truck. I need pockets to put tools and things like that in." Taking a leaf out of Ron's book. No, actually, Janice, I think he got the idea from me. No, he didn't wear a shirt towards the end because his shoulders were hurting so bad he actually couldn't put his shirt on. That's why he wasn't wearing a shirt. I teased him. I said, "You're trying to imitate me." Rock and roll's here to stay. It will never die. It must be the song you're playing right now at the gig. Ray, when I was in Bellefontaine, about 10 miles. Really? Oh my gosh. You know, I also went to a little town called Sparta, about 12 miles from Bellefontaine. The next day, I found out that I was within 10 miles of where George Ann went to a meetup that I still don't know hardly anything about. It was called Rose and the Monkey. I still don't know anything about it. But I got in contact with her, said, "Hey, how far am I from you?" And I wasn't more than 40 miles, but she had to go to work. And I had to make my way back here. So it didn't work out that Georgianne and I could get together. So I still have her Bigfoot hat, and I got a Bigfoot t-shirt. I've got some rocks that I got her in New Mexico and Arizona. I need to get this stuff out of my van. Gonna have to make a special trip to Ohio, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, Diego is definitely protective. He'll rip your face off. You get close to Ray when he's sitting on Ray's lap. Yeah, you're not gonna approach Ray too closely. Carol Walters, happy birthday and welcome aboard. Everybody here, you gotta wish Carol happy birthday. It was yesterday, but so what? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for coming aboard, Carol. And Tina's back. You ate that whole sandwich? Oh, with Bella's help? Those were big. They look yummy. I've seen that done before. The hardest part is getting the smash burger to wrap around the brat and stay in place when you flip it. And I could tell that Dennis was having a little issue with that as he was cooking. You're welcome, Carol. Yeah, there's a lot going on, especially with Jimmy Boy running around. He's crazy. I had a chance to talk quite a bit with Jimmy Boy last weekend at the meetup in Stowe. Um, might as well say it Akron, but it was the meetup at Silver Springs Campground in Stowe, Ohio. Ray was there. Um, had a chance to talk quite a bit with Jimmy as to how he's, I'm saying, wow, you've really changed your style for your channel. And very interesting how he came about to do that. Yeah, time for a nap, Tina. I know once this live stream is over, I'll probably eat a little more casserole, but then 4 o'clock in the morning comes awful early. I'm going to have to call it a night by 9 o'clock, 9:30. Some nights I stay up a little later, but not tonight. Still have a lot of things scheduled to do around here. My nephew's got a new dryer, and he's not physically capable of installing it. In fact, I got to get it in the house and then figure out what we need to install it. Probably just some ductwork, but I haven't measured that yet. Oh, thank you, Tina. He approached a woman in a bar and seductively said, "Hi, darling. I'd love to get into your pants." She said, "No, thanks. There's already an asshole in there." When you said hello, darling, or hi, darling, it reminded me my sister is trying to get back what she had a few years ago, but she has different ringtones for whoever it might be calling. And mine used to be Urgent from Journey, but she always wanted to use Conway Twitty, Hello, Darling. It's her favorite song and one of my favorite songs as well. Always loved Conway Twitty, Hello, Darling. Hello, darling. You see 7 likes. Wow, I can't see any. Floss, welcome aboard. Jimmy only had 4 likes when I came on, and I shouted it out to give him more likes. I hope they did. You don't give older men the thumbs up outside scheduled appointments at the clinic. One of my late nephews, he went to see a doctor who I knew this doctor because I knew a lot of the doctors. But Dr. Sorrell, yeah, well, he's, colon rectal. And of course, all of your colon rectal specialists are also proctologists. Anyways, he went to see Dr. Sorrell. And anyway, I asked him, "Well, so Dave, how did it go?" And he said, "Well, I met your friend, the doctor who thinks he's a comedian, shove a stick up my ass." A shakedown cruise. There you go. Yep, join the camping world. I wish I was up there by Tina and Dennis and Jimmy Boy. Looks like the weather's perfect for camping up there. Oh, lordy, lordy. So I'm thinking after, I know Holly's going to call any minute when I'm in the middle of trying to do something else. That's going to happen. It's just the way it is. But If somebody guesses what's in the box, this will be their ticket to scratch. Well, I'll scratch it for you. I didn't know they had Loteria tickets in Michigan. Maybe it's something new. But, it reminds me of the Mexican bingo a little bit. The ones in Arizona are a little more Mexican themed. Well, guess who's calling? See, it's a good thing I didn't start this yet. We'll get around to doing guessing here pretty soon. Let's hope she's got some good jokes. I think she does. Uh-oh. Are you there?
Why, hello. How many people do we have with us today, Jack?
Right now we have 14.
14?
Yep.
Well, that's nice.
Would you like to know who's...
Anyway.
You want to know who specifically is here? Mark is here.
Yeah.
He thinks there's a carrot in my box.
Well, you gotta have a box first, don't you?
Tina thinks there might be Hudsonville ice cream in there. She's here. Janice, she's Janice from Oz. She's from Melbourne, Australia. She's here.
Oh, why, hello, Janet.
She says she's not gonna. She says she's not gonna try. She says she can't win an argument, let alone anything else.
Well, with all them people yakking, how could you get a word in edgewise anyway?
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, this is a Holly by golly with your laugh report. Boop, boop, be-doop. I got some jokes for you. And here we go. I'm off like a herd of turtles because I'm really tired. I was about ready to lay down and take a nap, and it's like, all right, I got to give Jack some time to get signed in. So I'm going to lay down and take a nap after I get done with
We were just talking about that's what I'm going to be doing, too. I'll probably eat a little more of your casserole, and I know it's going to knock me out.
Yeah. I'll bet you that Jeannie and them aren't going to get any of it.
Jeannie's is in the refrigerator. I won't touch hers. And she's over at Rick's house now. She took him his.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, did I tell you about my uncle who was a skin diver? Yeah, his name was Mike Nelson. Anyway, one day he went down 20 feet. He was testing out this new equipment, and he's down there 20 feet. And there was this guy with no equipment on. My uncle was, testing it out. So he goes down to 40 feet. And here's this same guy with no equipment still next to him. So he grabs out his slate and writes, "What are you doing down here with no equipment?" And the guy grabs the slate from him and writes, "You jerk, I'm drowning."
Mark just had a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was one of those colon rectal ones. And thank you, Nancy, for correcting me. I forgot it was foreigner. All right, Holly, go ahead.
All right. Now, back when the ERA passed through Congress, and all the men decided to stay in session a lot longer because they were afraid to go home to their wives.
Yeah, I can understand some of that.
Last fall, when the president went to Camp David, he collected a bunch of acorns. So when he went back to the White House so he could feed them to the squirrels on the White House lawn, so he did it. But the squirrels couldn't eat them because of all their teeth had fallen out from last year's Easter, from all of the jelly beans they ate that he fed them to eat last year.
Okay.
The First Lady gave the upcoming First Lady a tour of the White House. And they get to the Jefferson Room, and the upcomer says, "I wonder if they fit the entire cast had a dinner in here, you know, the Jeffersons.
Yeah, I was catching
show.
on.
All right. They had fit the entire cast in there for dinner. And the first lady says, no, but we did have the entire Walton family out to the farm for dinner last year. You know, I've got this really stupid cousin. His name is Elfie, right? Here's an example of his stupidity. One day he called a locksmith and he told him he had locked his keys in the car. And they said it would take them an hour before they could get there. And he says, well, that won't do. That won't work for me. And they said, why not? He says, because it's raining out and my car is a convertible and the top is down. You know, when my Uncle Marvin was growing up, he had two best friends that were brothers. They were named Euseppides and Euripides. After about 20 years of being close, he didn't see either one of them for like the 20 years, you know. Then one day, he walks into a tailor shop to get some pants repaired. And the guy walks up to the counter, and Uncle Marvin says, Euripides? Thinking it's his long-lost friends. And the guy says Euripides. Then Uncle Marvin said, yes. He said, you fixing these?
That's cute.
Excuse me. You know, there's this couple of new movies coming out. Anyway, one of them it's about a man and his wife on their wedding night. It's called The Night the Zipper Didn't Move.
Oh, jeez.
And here's a bit of news for you. The bionic woman had to get rushed to Radio Shack for a hysterectomy.
At Radio Shack? I don't get that one. Hello, Ivan.
Bionic woman.
Oh, okay. Now I got it.
Yeah. And here's some more news. Egypt is building another pyramid next to another one, but this one's going to be made out of glass. And what are they going to call it? Pyrex 1. Well, I guess Trump will have to put some extra embargo tax on Lindex.
Oh, jeez.
You know, I hope that someday when my live show, you know, that if I have a bad show that you guys don't do to me what the audience did to Bob Hope one night, and that is that people were throwing tomatoes with yo-yos in them so they could hit them twice. I don't want to get hit twice, folks.
That's cute.
You know, there were these remodelers, right? And they have an appointment to remodel this at a nudist camp. And the owner asked, and they asked the owner, what kind of furniture do you see for it here? Excuse me. The owner said to the remodelers, so what kind of furniture do you see for in here? And the remodeler says, I believe we can cross off liquor.
Yeah. Okay. Dirk is here. Welcome aboard.
Turkey.
No, I said Dirk.
Oh, Turkey Dirk. Hi, Dirk. I'm your karaoke gal.
That's true.
What do you call a bee's disease?
A bee's disease?
Yeah, BBD. Think about it, Jack.
Oh, I got it. I saw a shirt today for sale in the men's department at Myers. I'm like, what in the world? That don't make much sense to me. But it said it had Les, LES, then it had a picture of a bumblebee, and then Ann. And what, to me, well, I know what it means or what it looks like it means, but why would you wear a shirt like that?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. And it was in the men's department. It don't make any sense.
Well, you know how people they change their mind and they put a shirt back?
Do we really have to have all that in the Myers store? That don't make sense. Well, I like this one though. Mark's got a good one. What kind of bees produce milk? Boobies.
Boogies?
Boobies.
Boobies. Well, what are you doing if you're making love in a bank vault?
Oh boy.
Safe sex.
Oh, okay. Campfires and dirty tires, welcome aboard.
Okay. You know, a lot of these people may not have heard my guy wanting to buy the rubbers joke in a while, have you? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, go for it. I don't think Janice ever heard it.
All right. Hang on, I got to blow my nose real quick.
Well, thank you. You need a mute button.
Okay, you see. Okay. This young guy is what he tells his friend he's going in to the pharmacy to go buy some rubbers, right? So the boy goes in there, lady clerk walks up and says, "May I help you, young man?" And he says, "Yeah, I'd like to buy that pocket knife down there." She goes, "All right." He goes outside, and his buddy said, "You get it? Did you get him?" He said, "No, I got a pocket knife." Shoot. I don't care what she says this time. I'm going to ask her, by God. So he walks back into the pharmacy again. Lady clerk walks up again and says, "May I help you, young man?" And he says, "Yeah, I'd like to trade this pocket knife in for some violin strings." She goes, "All right." He goes outside, and his friend said, "You got him? You got him?" He said, "No, I got violin strings." Violin strings? What the heck you got to do with violin strings? He goes, "I don't know. I don't care what she says this time. By God, I'm going to ask her." So he goes back into the pharmacy again, and the lady clerk walks up again and says, "May I help you, young man?" And he says, "Yeah, I'd like to trade the violin strings in for some rubber." She goes, "All right, but I wish you'd make up your mind whether you want a widow, fiddle, or diddle."
It's always cute. You tell it so good.
Boy, I gotta take my nebulizer. I think I'm running out of air. Oh, you know how they got black boxes on planes to see if it's pilot error or what's the error in it?
Uh-huh.
You know, I thought of this one thinking about all the plane crashes we've had there. Well, I think they should put these boxes in cars, you know, because then they can look at these. They can call them booby boxes or boom smash up boxes, you know, so they can find out who booms and smashes up what. Oh, and here's another thing. You know how they have an eye chart to get your license in that? Well, in the South, in instead of letters, they go out on the actual road test, right? And then the instructor says, "Now tell me what you see on the road." And he says, "Okay, he's dead coon, dead squirrel, dead gator, dead snake, cop hiding in the bushes."
What?
Cop hiding in the bushes.
Uh-huh.
That's how they do their test out there. You know what? My cousin Andrew, he had a dream one night, and the number 5 kept coming up. So he set his alarm for 5 a.m. And he gets up, and he goes to the track, to the 5th window, and he bets $5 on the number 5 horse in the 5th race. And guess what? It worked. His horse came in 5th.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a little too concentrating too much on 5s.
Yeah. There was this old guy, he was selling a horse. And this guy told him, the guy told this other guy that was interested in him that he don't look too good. And the guy said, "He looks good enough." So he buys it, right? Well, then he brings it back the next day, tells the old guy, "He's blind." And the guy said, "I told you he don't look too good."
Janice has a reply to your whittle, fiddle, or diddle joke.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she says, "It doesn't beat being told you are going out for a night of shagging, then only to find out they meant dancing." That's a good one.
I got some Christmas type euphemisms. When your wife says, for Mother's Day, actually. Now, when your wife says, "You don't have to buy me anything," that means you'd better get out that credit card and make it.
Uh-huh.
Now, at Christmas time, when the paperboy comes by on that time of year, he expects a tip. I mean, you'd better give him a good tip, or he's going to be feeding your sports section to the cat. And now when you get a gift for your 2-year-old, and it states, "Safety tested for small children," that means you'd better put the children on your Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Yeah.
Or you get a gift and it states, "Easy to assemble." That means you'd better get an engineer or an atomic scientist to put it together for you.
Right?
It was so windy last week that Pan Am was flying again. I mean, 300-year-old trees were uprooted, right? I mean, then fruitcake even moved 1.5 inches. The recession is getting so bad that even the yellow flashers on the road are going to be pay-per-view.
Right.
New York has passed a law where it's legal to have sex in cars. Good news for the traffic. They have, because you got something to watch in the traffic jams.
Oh, jeez.
Because you have the time. I should switch that one to LA.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all that I have for you this time, folks. But whoop-de-doop, I hope I gave some laughs to you. This is Holly by Golly, signing off. I love you all, and if I did really bad or you're upset about something, just let Jack know. Then he'll give me the second-hand flack. You know how rumors spread, so he'll double time on me if got something to chew me out about. Chew Jack out about it. He'll double time on me. Okay, folks. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Jack's a great guy. Anyway, I love you all. Peace out. Love you, Jack. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank
You should give Tina a taste of that.
Of the casserole?
Casserole.
It'll be gone
Yeah.
by the time I manage to see her, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. I thought she was right there with you.
No, she was on a live stream just
Oh.
just before this one.
I see.
She's up north with Jamie and Dennis, and I don't know who else might be up
Oh,
there.
they coming home tonight?
I don't know. I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
All right. Take care.
All right. Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Yep. Good night. Yeah. A few of those are pretty good. Oh, I like that one, Mark. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got the bell cheese. So, buttons on your underwear. You probably want some kind of a hint. Well, Home Depot. Home Depot is actually a hint, but you might have to know a lot about Home Depot. I'm not sure. Let me walk you over there a minute. Yeah, I'm trying, Nancy. I'll show you what size it is. It's about yay by yay by yay. Yeah, yay by yay by yay. Probably weighs, I'm going to guess 15 pounds. I don't think I can pick up much more than that with my hand. Well, I can, but all I did was grip the box on the end. So it's about 5 inches thick. So I could grip it. So I'm guessing it weighs about 15 pounds. A left-handed screwdriver. How long is a yay? That's a good question, Janice. I don't know. I honestly do not know. Now, Ray, I want to know how you came up with this deduction. And then I'll tell you a story. Ray, how did you figure out what that was? 'Cause that's what it is. It's the Starlink. I'm too tired to play with it tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, I got to work till 1 o'clock. I work from 5 till 1. But hopefully I'll be refreshed enough, I hope, that I can play around with it. I know I'm going to have to read the instructions and call up Starlink or whatever and activate it. Yeah, you're right, Ray. That's exactly right. Now, the deluxe model inflatable doll. Good one, Mark. Yeah, it's a new, what do we call that doll out at Ironwood in Arizona? I think we called him Diego, actually. Not after your dog, Ray, but I think somebody, I think Brock or Greg or Ron C's. I think they named that inflatable doll Diego. Yeah, piss off the postal service too. Yeah, I think UPS or FedEx delivered it. I don't know. I wasn't here when they dropped it off. I was at work, but went out yesterday. Now one would think, okay, you're shopping for Starlink. I started out with Amazon, of course. You know, I usually do, and they wanted $539. Free shipping though, because I'm a Prime member. I forget. I think I could have got it in 4 days. I thought, well, it's just, I'm just thinking that that's a little on the high side. Because I know Steve got one for quite a bit less than that. And I thought it was through Amazon, but I could be wrong. But I just know it wasn't no $539. So, buttons on your underwear. I got on my phone and I did a little bit of scrolling around. Oh, so my sister and I went to Best Buy in Granville here. And I had called ahead. They said, oh, yeah, we got it. No problem. I said, do I have to order it? Oh, no, we haven't been. No. The one lady that I talked to, she didn't have real good English. But anyway, she said, we have one you can look at. And I said, so then I would have to order it? She said, yes. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. It's okay. I'll order it. Because the price was right. It was $299. So I thought, good. And so we went there and couldn't find the girl. In fact, they said, we don't have anybody with that name that works here. So I don't know. Anyways, the guy helped me. He said, oh, yeah, I got those in the back room. Be back in a couple minutes. Islamic fundamentalist sex dolls, do they blow themselves up? I like that. Yeah, you can't beat the price. You're right, Ray. Oh, no. Hello.
Hi. Hey, how many guests did we have in at the end?
10.
Oh, geez. So I made 4 leave?
Well, maybe they're having supper.
Yeah, that's true. It is about that time, ain't it?
Where Tina was, they were getting ready to have supper. So
yeah,
that would have counted for 3 right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Don't worry.
Well, they weren't all on separate. They were just on one, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's not worth worrying about.
Okay.
All right.
I'll talk to you later, honey.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Where was I? Margie, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Going back to bed when this finishes. Well, some of us are going to have supper and go to bed too. I am for sure. Okay, so buttons on your underwear. He came back and he says, I'm very, very sorry. There isn't anybody in the back room. He says, I called other Best Buys. There's like 3 of them in the Grand Rapids area. No, nobody had any. He says, he says, you were kind of expecting to have to order one, so I was going to order it for you. There are none available. We're talking Best Buy? Hello? Okay, so I said, well, all right, that's the way it goes. Well, earlier in the day, I'd seen another ad for the same price, And you wouldn't believe where it was. Yeah, it was Home Depot. I went to Home Depot and they said, yeah, well, there's one in Kentwood, which about 20 miles away. I could have had it yesterday, but you know, I had an appointment to go to Holly's house, so we didn't get the one from Kentwood, but they shipped it free. Got it this afternoon. It was $312. That's with the tax and everything. And they had 1,600 of them in their warehouse. Best Buy didn't have any. Doesn't make sense. My sister's here. You'll meet her in a minute. All right. Well, we're gonna have to scratch off your card here in a second, there, Ray. Oh, it looks like there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 21 callers cards. Then okay, whatever you get under the callers card, then you scratch it off on the playboard. Then it's almost like bingo, except you don't go diagonal. You have to have 4 across or 4 down. Then there's a bonus game with only 4. I don't know. Let's see. The bonus game, you match the symbols revealed on the caller card. Reveal 4 caller card symbols in the same bonus game, and you win. Okay, so that's a full card game, 4 symbols, and you're using the same callers numbers as what are up here. So we can play both those games at the same time. That's how I would play it. Is William here? Welcome aboard. So we'll see how this goes. Let me get us. Got my notepad. You're not even going to say hi to everybody?
What?
You're not going to say hi to everybody?
I can't. I already let them out.
Oh, I mean here.
Oh, no. I'm not going to do that. They don't want to hear my old voice.
Yeah, they can hear it now.
You better be good, huh? Trying to get the race on.
Okay.
From Berlin, yeah.
She's trying to get the local oval track race on TV right now, which would be in Marne, Michigan. All right, we're going to go. Here's our first caller's card. These are all in color. A deer. Deer. Oh, excuse me. Puzzle number 1, I do not see a deer. In the 3 puzzles below, no deer. Oh dear. Next, we have what is that? It kind of looks like it might say sunset. And it does. Boy, these are real tiny letters. But yeah, sunset. And I'm looking to see if there's a sunset in any of these. And there's not. All right, we'll keep going. What do you want, Keisha? Huh? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Say hi. She lays down and goes, boom. All right, next is, I know we have a match, but what is it called? cherries. I don't know if I'd play this again. It seems I can't hardly read it. And I said there was a match. Now I don't see it. I see strawberry. I see your maracas, Ray. There's maracas on here. I'll pay the taxes, Ray, if you win really big. And then split the difference. That's how that goes, by the way. I think, you win anything up to $150, I'll get it sent to you, PayPal or however we work it out. Anything beyond that, we split. If you win enough that the taxes have to be automatically taken out of it when it goes to be cashed in, I will pay the taxes, and then we'll split what's left over. Evenly, an even split, 50-50. 50-50 of the net. Okay, the next symbol is strawberry. Now, we know we have a strawberry. So we got that in puzzle 1. And then the mini full cover puzzles, there isn't any. All right. Next symbol looks like a football. And it is. It's a football. I don't recall seeing a football. Oh, not found. Don't worry, we'll do a double check. And it looks to me like it's a lighthouse. Yes. And we do have a lighthouse in puzzle number 1. And down below, we have a lighthouse in game number 3. I don't know why I'm calling that a puzzle. It's a play board. And then the ones down below are just games. All right. Number 7. There's a total of 21, call cards, if you will, is a guitar. I do not see any guitars. Well, this doesn't have as many matches as the ones out in Arizona seem to have. No. A cactus. Okay. A cactus as opposed to cacti. And there's one in game number 2. So I'll just show you this how it's going. We've scratched off 8 of those call cards, if you will, symbols. We got a lighthouse there and the strawberry. And then on this one, we've got game 2 has 1 scratched off, which is a cactus, and then the lighthouse in game 3.
Did you see Brady yet?
No.
He's here.
Oh, okay. We have another animal in the house.
Because of the fireworks over there. Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
He panics. He tries to crawl under the couch.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope it's not bad here tonight.
Right. Brady is here. He's a big black lab, but he's scared of fireworks. And, it is Memorial Day weekend. So we're hoping that he'll be okay. Okay, the next symbol is a cardinal. And there is a cardinal in the playboard. We actually have two in a row now. We have a cardinal and a strawberry in that row. Need two more. Next, we have a brook trout. It's the first time I've seen a brook trout on one of these games. Wheel, moonrise, cow, fern, corn, fire, apple, ship, newspaper, hen, a horse, a robin, a pine, a jackrabbit, a butterfly, a rattlesnake, a fern, a windmill, a bicycle, and a boar. But there's no brook trout. All right, the next symbol, next picture, if you will, chili pepper. Isn't that a group? Chili pepper. And I am not seeing any chili pepper. Next picture is a boar. And yes, I know we have a boar in puzzle 3. So for puzzle 3, we need a jackrabbit and a bicycle. The next picture is a horse.
There's no water in any place.
Yep, there's a horse in game number 1. Number 14, and after this we have 7 more symbols or pictures to scratch off. Horseshoe. No horseshoe. And next is
Careful.
a bat. I don't think we have a bat.
Hey,
Yes, we do have a bat.
shut your mouth.
So for $10, we need one more symbol. That would be the moon rise. The next picture is a fern. I know there's 2 ferns. There's one on the big play card, and there's one down below in game number 2. So game number 2, we need a pine and a windmill. Game number 3, we need a bicycle and a jackrabbit. Game 1, well, we haven't even matched 2 yet. All right. Let's see. This symbol or this picture is maracas. That's looking pretty good. Maracas is on the playboard. If we could get a race car, it would be awesome. A race car, Ray would get $100 and I would get $100 because it's a $200 line and it's over 150. Let me check to make sure there are no other maracas, and I don't believe there is. There's a rattlesnake. No more maracas. We have 4 pictures left. And this one is a piñata. And I don't recall seeing any piñatas. No, no piñatas. 3 left. And this one is a rattlesnake. And there is a rattlesnake in puzzle or game number 1.
Now, Mother's going to go fast.
Did Rick have casserole?
I put it in his refrigerator. We went to Family Fair. We went to Dollar Tree.
Oh, okay.
He did got a bunch of groceries.
Okay, fine. Game 1, we need a robin and a butterfly. We do have 2 symbols left. And this one is a pine cone. Where did I think I saw a pine cone somewhere. Yes. Game 2. Okay, we have 1 symbol left. A race car would be totally awesome. A moonrise would be $10. A windmill, we don't know what it would be, but it would win something. And a bicycle would win something. And we have fire. I know there's a symbol for fire, but we didn't win anything. So that's the way the cookie crumbles, Ray. No luck gambling tonight. But you're still a winner. All right. It's 7:15. I'm not going to unbox the Starlink, the mini Starlink, till tomorrow. And I might do a video about it in the afternoon. Depends on whether my sister talks me into mowing the lawn first. She might. Yes, it is fun. I enjoy doing a scratch off with you guys every once in a while. One of these days we'll bring back the word games and whatever, the sentences. Yeah, we haven't done that in over a month, I don't think. So, all right, to everyone out there, if you're camping or you're home or you're celebrating the holiday, Memorial Day, I don't know what they do in the UK. Probably nothing. I think Memorial Day is limited to the United States. Actually, it's kind of quiet around the neighborhood. People are up north or they're gone. And then those that are left, well, I did see a large gathering of some sort with a lot of children. They had inflatable, those inflatable toys like Gary used to have, Gary and Tammy. Jump houses, I guess you could call them. You too, Ray. It was fun. And it was fun watching Jimmy Boy prior to me as well. So there'll be, I'm sure there's going to be things coming up in the next couple days. I did watch a video that Tammy and Jeff put out there where they did some hiking at somewhere in Cleveland area. So, all right, good night, Troy, Mark, everyone. Thank you for coming aboard. We really appreciate having you. Everyone be safe out there. Fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless. Talk to you soon. End the stream. Oh, a premiere at 8. Thank you.